this is Mrs. Reichelt, and our next topic in anatomy and physiology are all of the necessary life functions. So really we're just going to go through a quick rundown of all of the structures or processes that must be in place in order for life to occur. So the first, this topic is the necessary life functions. So the first thing that's very important is the maintenance of boundaries. Okay, so we're going to write maintaining boundaries. Okay, so this is just a boundary inside versus outside. If we're looking at a gross anatomy level, this means we're differentiating between the external environment and the internal environment. If we're looking at microscopic anatomy, we're going to be differentiating between intercellular fluid and intracellular fluid, or extracellular fluid and that sort of thing. The second thing that must be in place is an organism must be able to move. So movement is the second one. Locomotion can occur in a couple of different ways. So the first one, it can be a large scale locomotion. So the muscular system along with the skeletal system allow for our large range movement. In addition to large whole movement, you actually have to be able to move materials, the movement of materials. Okay, so these are going to be things like moving blood, moving carbon dioxide, moving oxygen, moving anything else that would need to, moving hormones, anything like that. So you have to be able to move at a large scale and also movement of materials within the body. Next up is going to be responsiveness. Responsiveness is going to deal directly with the nervous system. So responsiveness is just the ability to sense changes. So I'll put sense and react to changes. Before we move on, responsiveness is also going to be sensing internal and external changes and reacting to each of those. Next up is digestion. Digestion is the breakdown and absorption of food. Then we move into metabolism. Metabolism is all of the chemical reactions, so the sum total, the chemical reactions in your body. So all of the chemical reactions in the body is going to be classified as metabolism. Metabolism is important for a couple of different reasons. The first is that it's going to produce energy, so energy production. Hopefully your biology teacher drilled into your brain that energy production, we're specifically talking about eventually we're going to make that cellular currency, that ATP. And then let's see, the other thing, if you have metabolism working, you got energy, you have ATP, so you should be able to make additional body structures. So you'll be able to make body structures. Body structures doesn't mean that you're going to later develop another arm or something ridiculous. But during development, you need energy in order to develop structures, but you need energy in order for your body to produce hormones, to produce enzymes, those sorts of things. Next up is reproduction. Okay, so it's not essential for an organism to reproduce, but for the fitness of the species, it is essential to be able to reproduce. And then we have growth. Okay, growth means that you're going to increase in size and in number of cells. Let's see, I'm getting pretty full here. We'll go ahead and erase that. A couple more survival needs. One is going to be nutrients. Okay, nutrients we'll talk about very specifically a couple of chapters from now, but we're talking about our major macromolecules. So if you remember that from biology, that's going to be carbs, lipids, protein. In addition, we'll add vitamins, minerals to this. Let's see, oxygen, O2 there. Another one is going to be water, or H2O. We are between 60 and 80% water, so our total body weight is about 60 to 80%. This provides for metabolic reactions. So chemical reactions mostly are going to occur in water. Also allows for stable body temperature. Another thing we need for survival is atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is the force exerted on the surface. So the force exerted on your body surface by the weight of air. So basically, atmospheric pressure must be appropriate in order for us to live. So that wraps up our major survival needs, and in order for life to occur, we need to have all of these specific things. So go ahead and review those if you need to. If you already sort of know those or remember those from another class, that's great too.